All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we have a new series we're starting.
Yes.
Psychopaths.
That's right.
And this is a different thing that we're doing in a couple different ways, Jacob.
Yes.
We are moving away from Rooster Teeth content on Wednesdays.
That
we're
is
leaving
true.
Wednesdays to be more open, but it will also have Rooster Teeth content when we do Rooster Teeth content.
Right.
Oops,
That is
pulling out
very
your
true.
headphones there.
But also, this is a pretty different show from
This is a very different show from
what we've normally done.
Yeah, this show looks to be pretty dark.
Yes.
It seems to be a cop drama, which is something
Right.
that we're not generally huge fans of, but this has come highly recommended.
being like psychological and thought-provoking.
Well, yeah, it's called Psychopaths,
Well,
which
yeah.
I think is alluding to the word psychopath. So
Oh,
it could be kind of interesting to
I
see.
never
like,
noticed that
really?
before.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So this show, we don't know anything about it. Jacob and I both of us have not seen it. We're really excited to get into it, as it seems like just the first season, we'll just do that, and that'll be it.
Yep.
And we'll have a great little story that we'll get to enjoy. I looked it up. There's 22 episodes.
22 episodes in the
22
first
episodes.
season.
Yeah, so it looks to be pretty good. We are going to be doing this one in dub.
Yes.
So for those of you that are big fans of dub, you get a win for this
Yeah,
series.
we heard this one was quite good. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the dub. So without further ado, let's get into it.
You fought rather well, considering your wounds.
They must have realized it the moment they first laid eyes on one another. Realized that long before they had ever met, destiny had planned this encounter.
Wait, is this
Where-
the end?
They were not two ships passing in the night. They understood each other better than they understood themselves.
A fated battle
Their
between
focus
men.
was solely reserved for the other.
You are Shinya Kogami,
Okay.
and you are Shogo Makishima.
The girl's voice, I recognize that from somewhere. I can't tell whether it's like Steins Gate or Baccano, but it sounds familiar.
Wow,
Okay.
that's creepy as hell.
Why don't the dystopian governments like make something that doesn't immediately alert their citizens that this is a dystopian government?
Excuse me.
Dystopian governments come about gradually.
Yeah,
Fiction always makes it to be super dramatic, the change, but it's usually quite gradual.
sure.
Excuse me. Do you know where I can find Inspector Ginasa?
Right here. Well, you've got some awful luck to get this assignment your first night on the job.
Main character,
Yeah.
rookie.
Inspector Akane Tsunemori reporting for duty, sir.
Oh,
Nice to
Akane.
meet you, sir.
And that's
This
how
is my
they'll,
first day.
No. I'm sorry, but the CID's short on manpower tonight. I don't have time to give you the rookie treatment.
Nice. They're gonna have her just get thrown into it, and that's how we're gonna learn
Our
about the
target's
world
name
and
is
everything.
Nobuo Okura. A street scanner flagged him during a Q check.
Psychopaths?
He was ordered by a security drone to
Oh,
receive
okay.
therapy, but he panicked and ran. His reported
Oh.
psychopath was Forest Green, so we can expect his aggression and compulsion to be high.
Why would somebody choose to let their hue get so cloudy over receiving treatment?
What?
There's a strong chance he's using incompatible narcotics. Regardless, he's far enough gone that we don't need to wait for Sybil's judgment. Of course, he had to pick an
There's a
abolition
whole lot of
block
names
to
getting
hide
thrown
out.
around.
Yeah. Okay.
Here comes their tactical team or something.
I like the 3D that we've seen so far, though. Like,
Oh yes, it's very subtle.
it's subtle, but like it fits.
It definitely fits. Yeah.
The guys you're about to meet, don't think of them as human beings.
Whoa. Okay.
Their psychopath crime coefficients are above regulation value. They're all deeply disturbed.
Okay.
They would normally
Oh,
be completely
interesting.
isolated as latent criminals, but we allow them into the outside world for a single purpose: to flush out and hunt down criminals just like themselves.
Oh, okay.
They're nothing more than hunters.
Hey, main
The best
character.
way to track a beast
Or
is with a beast.
sort
We
of.
call them enforcers. Each one of them is your subordinate.
Gotcha. So
One
this
of
is
us,
the
one of them.
this is the bad cop, good cop, one of
Yeah.
us, one of them thing.
Yeah.
They've really got the whole militarized police thing going here.
Yeah.
I think I'm sensing where this show is going to be going.
I really hope they keep up that level of quality with like the visuals
out there.
look like going forward, but I get the feeling they're probably not going
so,
to.
what should
Right,
I
first
do
episode.
now?
Yeah.
You could order us to take
Robot
a coffee
arm.
break and sit on our asses. I don't think we'd argue with that.
Why don't you try earning your paycheck? How's that sound?
Okay.
No reason for
Cyborg?
you to look so nervous, little lady. You
Heads-up
used the
display?
Dominator before,
Maybe.
haven't you?
Maybe he can like
Well, I've received basic training.
check someone's
Then you know that it's
psychopaths.
a gun that reads the psychopaths of the target you're aiming at. The safety's only released when it registers the target as a latent criminal. All you gotta do is
Latent
follow the
criminal,
Dominator's
okay.
commands.
No, oh, that's cool.
Then shoot.
This is
Simple, huh?
this is Minority
Basic
Report,
bonus
the
is a
anime.
paralyzer. As the name implies, it'll only temporarily paralyze
Oh,
the target
sure,
so we
yeah.
can take him into custody. Go on. There's nothing to be scared of.
Dang. So,
Activating Dominator.
oh, everyone has it.
Psychological diagnosis and suppression system. Now online.
Okay, this is
This is
cool.
really crazy.
This feels like a video game in all the right ways.
Before long,
AI.
right in with your own thoughts.
Who
What about
controls
briefing?
what psychopath things or
We
what
have
for
any
who?
idea some
You
kind of
know?
plan of how we're gonna catch this guy?
The two of us will hunt the prey. You'll observe our every move.
The prey.
That's all there is to it.
Wow.
I was thinking something a little more strategic.
All he's saying is leave it to us. I guess it might help to know our names. That stubborn bastard is Shinya Kogami, and this old bastard is Tamami Masaoka. I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm sure you'll do fine.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Well then,
Why do I get the feeling the old guy's
Gonna die. Yeah. I was just about to say that. It's like the way they're setting this up.
Yeah.
Until today, I've lived a more earnest and honest life than anyone. I've
Uh-oh.
spent my whole life walking on eggshells. The perfect upright nobody they want us to be, not bothering anyone and keeping to myself. Then one time a street scanner red flags me, and just like that they start treating me like a criminal.
And now
It's over.
he's. Oh
There's no coming back
no.
from this. Basic employment, marriage, it's all impossible now. Well, fine then. I've restrained
Yeah.
myself all this time, but what's the point? I might as well be what they say I am.
Wow.
Might as well just kill anyone I feel like.
Please don't.
Dang. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
I'll let you in on one thing I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to have sex with a beautiful woman like you.
Because we have to make the random, like...
Flesh and blood woman I can feel screaming.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So this is going to make us feel like the system is justified because people just turn to
Sure.
scumbags at the drop of the hat. But the
it's
system
also
is
the thing
system
of-
is perpetuating
Right,
the
it
problem.
also, right, because it's so extreme, the question is
What
also,
about Kogami?
if
I
it did
didn't see
create
which
it,
way
then
he-
that's even worse.
Paralyzer didn't work. He's got to be hopped up on stimulants or something.
The target's threat judgment has been reappraised. Enforcement mode, lethal elimination.
Oh, this is like Ruby or something.
Yeah.
The gun like transformed.
shit.
What the heck?
That's
so
cool. That's cool.
Is this?
It's an oracle from the Sybil system. New judgment on Okura. Seems he's overextended his welcome in this world.
Elimination?
Wow.
Just because he got flagged
Judge
by a
and
routine
jury.
street scan?
Yeah.
The whole
Probably
thing.
drove
This is
himself
totally
in the
Minority
corner and
Report.
just got
Okay,
worse.
I want to see...
Nothing
No,
will
I know
work
this
on
is the whole
that one
Mandalorian thing, but I want to see someone with,
The
like,
judgment
built-in,
station's
like,
way
guns
outside
under
the
their
realm of
arms.
rehabil-
Hey, take a gander at your psychopath. It almost looks exactly like mine.
Oh.
I guess you and I are just alike now.
What?
It'll be just as bad for you if they catch us. They'll lock you up as a latent criminal and torture you for the rest of your life.
Better
That
wrap
seems a bit
this thing up
extreme.
before the hostage passes the point of no return.
You don't mean psychohazard, do you?
I do. It's a sad fact crime coefficients can be contagious. Young
Oh.
people these days are rarely exposed to severe stress, so they're likely to break down when confronted with violence.
Oh, it's reading. Yeah,
Shoot.
it is Minority Report. It's potential to commit a crime in the
Yeah.
future.
Let me be the first to tell you it could happen to any one of us. Enforcers, for example. Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're cops that just did it too long.
Enforcers in the
No, it's because of the relation to the event. Psychologically damaging. Psychopaths.
Yeah.
Come on, Jacob.
Breathe! Stay back!
Yeah, this is not gonna end well.
You have my deepest sympathies.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, it's this kind of show. Okay. Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
This is Hound 3. Enforcement complete. Using an old man and a rookie as your decoy? You got a pair of cold stainless steel balls, don't you, Cole?
Well, yeah, of course she's going to be traumatized now
Yeah.
because you blew the guy up from the inside.
It's okay. We're with the Public Safety Bureau. I promise you're safe now. Just calm down. Ma'am, we're here to rescue you, that's all.
No! You can't do this to me. Please don't.
Yeah.
Mr. Masaoka?
Listen to me now. You need to check her stats on your gun.
Crime coefficient over 160. Enforcement
Execution.
action required.
This is too one-sided.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What can do about it?
Leave her alone!
Oh, well, now she's just dead.
Supposed to be protecting her!
Either way.
What the hell do you think the paralyzer is for? We'll knock her out and take her in to get
It
help.
didn't say paralyzer, it said
She's
execution.
confused. You
Yeah.
don't have to use the Dominator on her!
You know the Dominators are connected straight to Sybil. The city system itself has determined this woman is a threat to society. Think about
Right.
what that means.
And you're just perfectly fine with shooting an innocent woman? I refuse to accept that's right! Get away from me! Kogami, wait! Please, you can't do this. Please stop.
He has to, doesn't he?
She's the victim here, and we can't.
The target's threat judgment has been reappraised. Enforcement mode. Lethal eliminator.
Wow.
Trigger safety released. Aim carefully and eliminate the target.
Please stop.
Carefully. Yeah, you can't really shoot that here now. What?
I said stop!
Yep, saw that coming.
Wait. She shot him?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because she has... Yeah, she has full reign to shoot them with
Yep.
the paralyzer anytime she wants.
Yep.
Okay, now this got a little bit more interesting. Okay.
But
Because her psychopath coefficient is going to go up like a slight amount just because of this incident.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Now, you've got to put the lighter down. Because if you don't,
well, turn it off first.
then I can't stop this gun from killing you. Please.
I
only
can't
wanna
stop
help
this gun from killing you. Whoa, those words.
Throw the lighter
Oh
down
my
and
gosh.
everything will be fine.
The target's threat judgment has been reappraised. Enforcement mode. Non-lethal. Paralyzer. Trigger safety release. Aim calmly and subdue the target.
Oh, good. She's paralyzed. It's fine.
Inspector Tsunemori, I want a thorough explanation of your actions. I expect a detailed report first thing in the morning.
Okay.
So,
So that's a Minority Report anime show,
Yeah.
basically. So have you seen the Minority Report, Jacob?
no.
Okay. So basically, it's a show. It's a movie with Tom Cruise, and it has a sophisticated computer program AI thing that predicts people's potential to do murders.
Okay.
Based on everything.
Gotcha.
Because it's it's 1984 and the
Right.
government has all data information on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, it's slightly different. There seems to be most of it localized being within the gun. And since this is a cop show, you can tell kind of what's being discussed here.
Yeah.
This is a show that's heavily focused on the psychology of what makes human beings do, things that are
Right.
harmful towards other humans.
It's almost like a plot score.
Yeah, exactly. But the but the weapons themselves being the judge and jury is very ironic because, you know, in modern day society now, we have all this talk about, you know, the danger of guns.
Right.
And what we have in this anime is where the officers in the police department are not allowed to shoot anyone unless their target number exceeds a certain margin. But they're deciding based on data that they're
okay. So here's the problem that I have with it so far. I mean, as far as this first episode, I think it's a great episode. But going forward, these are some things that I could see being problematic for it as a show. Is that it seemed very heavy-handed. So it did because one of the things that I like having when there's those psychological like ask questions and you know make you think things is that it's not cut and dry. Right. But with this, it's like, okay, just because the person was kidnapped, now they're like guaranteed to be like a murderer or something.
Well, no, they're trying to tell you right up front that the system isn't working,
perfect. Right? But that makes me wonder: is this going to actually end up being a cop show, or is it going to end up being a dystopian show?
It's obviously not a cop show. So one of the things I would love to get out the front of this is that I can see where this show is going. It's like written plain as day.
Yeah.
Because one, it's Minority Report. Two, I think they technically showed us the ending at the end there. So this is a show, Jacob.
Or maybe that was his backstory.
No. No, I am very certain that's the ending. This is a story that's showing us basically the journey into which we got to that point.
Okay.
And the main characters here are being told and introduced to because this is a show where nothing really goes right.
Yeah.
Like, this is why a lot of people like it, I'm guessing, is because this is a show that is going to get very dark very quickly. And the reason why they're showing the heavy-handed stuff now is because it's actually going to get more so in the future. Yeah. But the psychological aspect is going to be further developed. They're using the cop drama part, the one of us, one of them, the cool weapons, the Cowboy Bebop kind of main guy.
I totally think it's going to end up just being kind of like a bounty hunters thing.
Well,
what
do you mean by that?
She's not going to stay a cop very long at all.
I actually think she is. Like, why would she be able to not be a cop?
Well, okay.
The system part is the part that's interesting, is that's the part that's going to get kind of threaded along throughout the story, is her interactions with, okay, I've got my notes here. We have Akane. Akane.
And I like her as a main character so far. I think she's going to be awesome.
I'm sorry. I think the guy who looks like Cowboy Bebop guy, his name's Shinya. I didn't fully catch the guy who was the old guy and stuff, but he's cool. Yeah. He's kind of the gritty realist who's been a vet of this whole thing. He is a criminal, but the thing is that his ratings on the thing was 120.
Yeah.
And that's around the same number that the woman who was being raped was.
No. She went up to 160.
No, that was the guy. The guy.
No, like,
you're saying her number was the same? When they showed the number and it was upside down, it was
kept
around
going up. But
okay. Point being, that's the number they put to someone based upon their relation to an incident that happened near them. So they were affected. Their coefficient was affected. So there's some interesting elements in this. But are you interested in the idea of some kind of super AI?
Oh, I am.
That is,
yes, absolutely. Anytime AI gets introduced as an idea in a story, I get very excited. The thing that I don't want to have happen, though, is I don't want them to beat around the bush about it. If the AI is going to be the main conflict,
episodes.
Right? Because
so
22 episodes,
they're gonna take their time a little bit.
And they'll probably take their time a little bit. But I want it, since they made it so clear in the first episode that that's what the main conflict would be. It wouldn't be with the actual criminals. It would be with the system itself.
No, the only one we I'm predicting this because this is Minority Report, and I know how Minority Report ends, but. This one, I believe the reason why it's going to be different and maybe better, or probably definitely better than Minority Report, is one, because it's a TV show. Two, because they showed us the villain. They showed us the antagonist.
Yes.
Because unless we're assuming that our Cowboy Bebop guy is actually a bad guy.
Yeah, no,
then
that'd be cool, but that's not.
Hey,
happening.
that would be cool, but I don't think that's the point of this show. Is that there's no antagonist, there's no bad guy. If anything,
I don't know. That guy really looked like vicious. Like,
yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, cool. So they're obviously inspired by a lot of different things, and they've taken an amalgam of this and put them into this show. And they're going to give us a kind of a package deal of the whole thing.
Right.
What I am excited for in particular is that this girl is the optimist. She is the Ruby Rose of this show, who cares a lot about the system.
Right.
And she seems to be, fresh and inexperienced and naive. And then also she's going to grow and she's going to have that character development. So what we can look forward to is her and I think it's Shinya or what have you, becoming more partners in this whole thing, which like you were saying, oh, that old guy's gonna die. Yeah. That makes me think actually they're all gonna die. Like, the way this is heading out, they were talking about
but it does have a second
crime
season.
Coefficients. No, the second season is filler apparently, so we're not even gonna watch it.
Oh, gotcha.
Didn't you read the comments?
Well, no, I know, but like filler. Okay.
Filler. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's nothing. So what I'm looking at for this show is that we're gonna have a lot of people dying, and it's gonna be very dark. And this Sybil Sis City defense thing is going to be what actually makes everything go wrong, but there's going to be something useful about it. So it's also the plot point of relevance in which everything kind of revolves around.
One thing I would be very interested in seeing, since you brought up a great point of Akane being like the optimist and sort of being thrown into this fish out of water situation. If this ends up being anything like Black Lagoon, like in that sense, well, no. Hear me out. Fish out of water, gender bent swap of Revi and Rock, right? Because there's going to be a lot of things that she won't be able to accept that just happen in the world because she's never seen
yes, that's going to happen. But there's not going to be some squad of people.
No, not like that.
Outside the law.
No. Well, okay, they kind of are and they kind of aren't already.
No, they are the law. That's the point. They're trying to get you angry because this is the law in this universe, and that's not right. We know it's not right.
Right.
So
in that sense, it kind of almost is like Black Lagoon. But anyways, the point is, this is one of the things that I think is going to be cool. We're going to have different opinions about this show going forward.
Semblance of Sanity Bro arguments.
Yes.
After this, discussing every episode, that'll be good.
But having those talks about what morality and all that stuff, that's where I think is going to be the goldmine for this show. Because
in that way, it'll be like Black Lagoon because the show will constantly skirt the line as to who is in the right in this situation. And I think the point that this show is trying to make is that no one's in the right. The system is flawed.
Sure.
People are going to figure that out, or people are going to stop being apathetic, and actually do something about it. And that's why I think her character Akane is in here. She is the one that will actually spur people on at some point in the future when she decides and Sybil is not good. We need to stop it. Because I could see actually the antagonist villain thing there actually being somewhat of a good guy, because they could reveal the problems within the system. So it becomes a thing where they don't go and take down the corrupt organization. It's where they actually just stop everything and kind of do a hard reset, or they start, or they make it a little bit more realistic and they realize they have to just tone back certain parameters of the Sybil system. Because a few people shutting down an entire kind of system for a country is it's very anime.
That's not exactly going to work.
But it's not very realistic. So I could see the show having things also not work out perfectly by the end.
Yes, and that would be awesome if this was a show where like a bunch of the characters died. I think that could be fantastic, because that was something I wanted to happen in Black Lagoon, and it didn't happen.
But yes, they need to also spend the next maybe 2 episodes making us care about them, because I don't care about any of them yet.
Correct. One of the things they also need to do in the next couple episodes, hopefully, is make it so that there is more... so that you can see the merits of both sides, kind of a thing. We need to, in addition to the example...
Well, that's what the villain's going to be for. The antagonist.
Well, sure, but the thing is, a lot of times with villains, they'll give them some reasoning that you just like
can't understand.
You're just like, that makes absolutely no sense.
Sure.
There needs to make a really good villain, you want to sympathize with them a little bit. You want to agree with them a little bit.
Make them human.
Yeah, you want to make them like an actual person that is working towards something that they believe is worthwhile, and you are kind of like, yeah, you got some good points, even if you're, going way too far.
So to take this into a different route, we're big fans of The Matrix.
Yes.
And one of our favorite characters in The Matrix is not any of the good guys, it's Smith.
Right.
Smith is such a fantastic character in this because he realizes the stink of the system.
Right.
And it's breathing down his neck. And he's kind of, in a way, he is the enforcer in this story here. He's the one that's kind of the rogue element within the system being utilized to perpetuate the system.
Yeah.
And he eventually takes out his little earpiece and he's like, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I hate this.
That whole monologue.
I really
so
get
good.
it. I'm really getting a vibe here that the reason why they've got this fated battle between men is that the antagonist is someone that was an enforcer in this system.
Sure.
They were someone that, put their coefficient too high for some really relatable reason, and they found some way to just fight it, basically fight the system. And they're going to be the whole fight the power revolutionary, or I don't know, some kind of how do you fight an AI, like a hacker group or something like that, or just having different people doing random things to just kind of screw with the AI's.
Do you know what I think?
Things I don't know.
Do you know what I think would be really cool?
What?
So if you theoretically had a really advanced AI that was able to get to the point where they were sentient, right?
Yeah.
What if you had someone who, instead of beating the AI or fighting the AI, he was able to win over the AI? Not through
make
hacking.
the AI believe in their system over the original system.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. But I feel like with one season we can't get that much.
22 episodes can go.
22 episodes can go
way.
really far, but given the pacing of this episode.
Well, but this had to introduce everything.
But they didn't introduce everything.
Well, but they
just said the first names of the characters.
Well,
and showed us how
I'm talking about the
work.
world, because
right, they give us a very dramatic example of how the world works, how the civil justice system works. Haha, civil justice, civil. Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh man. Okay, I think they did go a little bit heavy-handed, but I'm not at all bothered by the heavy-handedness of the evil rapist guy. But my thing was just really, we're gonna have a gun that hits them and boils their blood, makes them explode.
Yeah,
we get it. There's a lot of messed up things in this. But that
seemed a little extreme.
That seemed a little extreme.
There is literally no way that someone that watched that happen would actually believe in the system after that.
Well, no. That's the point, though. What if the guns were designed by Sybil as being the perfect tool to actually stop the chain? Because one of the sick, twisted things I could see the AI or the system being trying to convince the agents of is that anyone connected to a crime is going to have that slow repercussion. The potential for a crime will spread no matter what. And by having something so final and definitive as a gun like that, it basically makes it so they have to make the decision now and save society, so to speak, from dealing with the after effects of that later. Okay. It's kind of like in the olden days, way back in the days with medieval times and stuff like that, even in other cultures and stuff, you would have family killings, and they would kill the cousin, which would cause the revenge killing to go kill another person there, and it would be this eye for an eye thing. And as we know, if we follow the eye for an eye principle, eventually the whole world ends up blind. Yeah. So in this, it's just so dramatic. But hold on. We edit that out. No, we don't need to. Maybe we do.
Now, you were saying,
with the gun and its properties being so dramatic, they tried to make it look cool with the whole transformation thing, but then they made it seem this deadly thing I'm thinking that the entire design of the gun was made specifically for the Sybil system to be more effective.
Sure.
And in its way of believing how effective it could be. So only thing I'm really interested in other than that is the Psycho-Pass coefficients. So what do you think it's studying? Like, we got a little bit of
at this point. I think it's studying a bunch of like bogus stuff. Like, I don't believe the Psycho-Pass system actually works.
No, because that would be lazy. That'd be basically just saying there's just something that's
okay.
It has to do something.
Okay, yes, I'm sure it yeah.
What data
race,
do you think it's getting?
Family, criminal backgrounds and associations, like how much money they make.
Okay, so you're talking about superficial external data. I'm wondering if actually everyone in this entire society has been injected with something.
Okay,
and they have a physical meter. It's not just some super scanning satellite technology that's scanning everyone's vitals and stuff like that. Everyone's Psycho-Pass meter is because they have some kind of chip or some kind of biosensor
if that is
them.
True, that would be really cool, because then we can see someone who maybe was outside the system and does not have
that's my theory, my weird theory, or I think it actually has to be the theory, is that the only reason why everyone would have their little their little what is it called, Psycho-Pass meter on their phones, and being able to look at someone else's basically shows that there's some kind of component in it's very easy to see someone's Psycho-Pass data. You don't need to see their vitals and stuff. It's like a marker on them, but what's transmitting out that marker? There's got to be something in them or on them that's doing that.
So possible that's definitely
unless they just decided we're not going to write that deep into it, so we'll just kind of say that.
Well,
like,
I mean, yeah,
pointing a camera at someone's body, you just instantly tell they're Psycho-Pass, you know?
Sure.
Because I don't understand how he was able with his cell phone to be able to scan.
Well, she did have that little wrist thing.
Oh, I missed that. Good catch. Maybe the wrist thing is that as well. Hey, that's like my my session, my story I made.
Okay, now here's my question though. All right. What percentage from like 60 to 100 do you think that the enforcers are just cops that have been in the business too long?
Oh,
or that there's at least some of them that are cops.
Some of them are too young. I don't think that's it. I
really
think
them have to.
I don't think they're going to pull a twist on the enforcers. I think the twists are going to be centered around the antagonists and the system itself. But the enforcers in particular, as to the individuals, they're going to have stories as to how they ended up in this situation where they are latent criminals.
I'm betting one of the ones we've met so far, either the old guy or Shinya, or Spike Spiegel guy, is or was a cop, basically.
Interesting.
And they just they were in the business too long.
Do you think that them saying that they're latent criminals means that they're almost destined to end up on the other side of the barrel of one of these guns, and that their number will just continue to increase because they exist?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's going to be the sad thing, is that they're going to end up having to point the guns at each other.
Right. And maybe the person, the villain guy, is actually just someone who is outside the system, and that's why he's able to actually do his whole machinations thing, because he's not going anywhere.
Cool. Well, these are fantastic theories. I think we're pretty much on the thread with this show. It seems to be very straightforward for now, but I would like for the rug to be pulled out from under us.
Yes,
I'm willing to give them like 5 or 6 episodes to do that.
Oh yeah. Well, and so far the show is very much a fun watch. Like the world is very inviting, right? Even though
not to me.
Well, no, just like the way it's...
I'm just messing with you. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to live there. Nope. But what if you have nothing to hide? Exactly. Oh my gosh, I've seen so many stories like this. I like when they make the stories like this personal. Right now, it's not personal, which is okay. Eventually, it will be.
To make it personal.
Well, they set it up. They gave us 6 characters right off the bat.
Yes. Who was the 6th? We've got. Wait.
I love that you're.
Oh wait. Yes. No. I got it.
Technically, it's 7 if we count the antagonist.
Well. Okay. No. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah, because we've got the 4 enforcers, Akane, the police guy, and then the antagonist.
Yep.
All right.
So that's pretty good.
All right. But okay, just
you want to say one more thing?
Let's be real here, though.
Okay.
the other 2 enforcers that were sent to the other team, they're not going to be developed for like at least 5 episodes. Like let's be real. Unless if they do, then awesome.
They need to do the Bechdel test at least at one point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they could get some development, but I think you're right. I think they're gonna die. All right, well, guys, this is fun. Psycho-Pass episode 1.
Yes.
Season 1. We liked it, but we're a little bit hesitant because we see its potential rather than the merits immediately up front.
Right, but granted, this is just one episode.
This is one episode. Yeah. So yeah, we'll continue this next week. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.